Yo, here we go again, man. Coach Ruben here in Tucson, Arizona on 24/7 podcast. We here with Mr. Gaddis himself. How's it going, sir?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Oh, man, we're doing great, man. Hey, it took us a while to get out here, man. Appreciate the invite. So I really came here to find out, I know you have your company, Gaddis Athletics, but then you have GGE, the 7-on-7 program, right?
Yes, sir.
So before we kind of get into that, I kind of want to know, how did Gaddis Athletics come about? How did GGE come about? And a little background. From what I'm hearing, yourself was a pretty good athlete yourself. I heard you played football, one of the highly recruited athletes, played some arena ball, different things like that. So, before we get started, kind of give me a little short background of how that all came about.
All right, so basically, I'm going to keep 100 with y'all. We started training out myself and my boys when we was in college, like JUCO type thing. We didn't really get into the training and really have the resources and things like that when we was in high school, so we were just playing ball. So when we got to college, we was like, damn, we got to start training type thing. So we was on YouTube looking at little ladder drills, doing this, just trying to do little drills. It started off like that, and then I started getting kind of a little good with it, and I was making sure that everybody was out there doing it. And so it just started like that with just the boys out there. And then after I left JUCO, went off to college and things like that, and then came back home, and that's when I started doing the little Canadian and then the arenas type thing. So just doing back and forth. When I used to come back home, that's when we used to get the little kids out here, get them on the field. We do like the little free workouts and do a little $5 workouts and things like that just to get the kids going. And then everybody would hit me up like during the season, like, hey, you still training? Like, nah, I'm during my season right now. I'll be back in the off season. So we used to do a lot of off season training with the kids. And then, like I said, I got a contract here with the Sugar School. So I was basically here so we could train every day type thing. So then we started doing that, picking up with the training. And then I started training these kids I'm going to say they were about 11 years old, had my group. And then I started seeing the 7-on-7. I was like, that's pretty dope. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the kids that I train, and we're going to throw them on a team when they get to 8th grade. So that's what we did our first year. And that's how GGE came about. So we got Gaddis, and then we just added Elite on it. So the best kids that train with me, put them on the team, and then we're going to go travel, and we're going to see what we got. So.
Okay, so when was your first year of your first team?
So 2 years ago, what was that, 2020?
2 years ago?
Yeah, this is our third year.
Are you sure?
3 years ago.
Are you sure?
This is year 3. I'm
positive.
positive. Of what?
You
of
positive?
Training?
No, of GGE.
Yeah, this is year 3 coming up. This is year 3.
Man, that's impressive because, I see you guys out at a lot of tournaments myself, and seem like you have a lot of teams, man, that say that this is just only your third year. So if we're looking at last year, how many kids did you have last year?
So we started up.
How many teams did you have last year?
So last year we had 6. The first year we had 4. So we had 4 the first year, and I thought that was a lot. Like, my wife was like, don't do it. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a nice guy. You know what I mean? People don't think I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. So right. I didn't want to cut nobody. So I'm like, damn, we got to have 4 teams. You know what I mean? We got to have an 8th grade team, a freshman team, and then we had all these high school kids. So I was like, damn, we got to do 2 high school, basically JV and an elite team. And then second year came, we had all these kids at the tryout, and I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Right. So I had tried to get some more coaches. Then we had the 6 teams, and then I think we're going to stay at the 6 teams. So we're going to drop a age group, and we're going to add another younger age group so we kind of get the kids coming in younger. Right. And then, we had year 3 coming up this year. The new season coming up is going to be our 3rd year. So we're growing, definitely growing. So
okay. Man, that's definitely impressive, man. I hear a lot, too, man. When, we have a really good tight-knit when it comes to the 7-on-7 organizations and things like that. So with you becoming a newer organization in this kind of arena of 7-on-7, man, before you kind of put your teams together, was there any kind of other organizations out there that you kind of looked at and say, oh, okay, I can kind of mimic that off of that, or is this just straight all a vision of what you had?
So I definitely had a vision, you know what I mean? I'm not going to front on that. I definitely had a vision, but I met, we're talking about Jay Allen from OTB. I used to play arena ball with him. Okay. I met him in New Mexico, and we was only dudes from Arizona, and we linked up, and he was kind of like my OG type thing. He used to pick me up for practice, go here, do that, and kind of just put me up on game. And I seen that he had a team, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, like, how'd you go about that? And he kind of just, I was living in Phoenix for a little bit, and I used to train with him. And he kind of just put me onto this team and just kind of like how they did things and things like that. And he's like, man, you could do it if you want to do it. I just took the leap of faith. And then, like I said, we're just here. So definitely shout out to OTB, shout out to Coach Jay, Coach OTB out there. Yeah, so he kind of like, you know what I mean, gave us a little like blueprint. And then I kind of just put my own twist on it and then started running with it. Yep.
Okay. Nice. So what would you say? We get a lot of people that say 7-on-7 is not real football. The first part of that question is, what do you say to people that says that? And secondly, with you playing at multiple levels and playing at a high level, and also I heard you coach high school football as well. Tell me, how do you think your athletes are benefiting from playing sevens?
I'm gonna be keeping 100. First of all, you said people that say 7-on-7 is not real football.
Right.
The people that say that, I don't know if I can say this. They kids are trash, or we gonna say they linemen or they linebackers and they don't want to get out there because they got to go get the skill guys.
Right.
But I feel like the people that say they don't really know football. Same time, you know what I mean? Keep 100. So I feel like it's great for development. I feel like, let's say youth. Let's bring up youth football.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a youth football game. Let's say 11U and down. How many times they throwing the ball? Maybe. I know out here, maybe 5 times a game. You know what I mean?
Right.
How's that? How we developing anybody? You mean you putting your best guys at running back? You putting your best guy at quarterback? He dropping back, taking off. You know what I mean? I think 7-on-7, kids are learning how to catch. Kids are learning how to releases, learning how to jam at a certain age. You know what I mean? Flag, you can't really jam nobody. It's not really physical. This is football without pads. Like, you know what I mean? If you're a receiver and you call a receiver, you about to eat in 7-on-7. If you're a good quarterback, it's good with your development. You get to learn how to read the field. You get to learn how to, you got time. You only got 4 seconds to throw the ball. You know what I mean? Some of these tournaments, you got 3.2. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I feel like it's great for development. Linebackers, teaching them how to drop, you know what I mean? Different things like that. So I definitely disagree with that statement. I think anything football related is good for development, whether it's flag at the younger levels, 7-on-7, tackle. I feel like it all comes, you know what I mean? There's a little path that you got to take, and I definitely think 7-on-7 is part of that.
Right, okay. And with you going through the different levels that you went through, how would you say 7-on-7 help you translate to more of the tackle game of football?
So I feel like 7-on-7, I play corner, so they don't really throw to my side a lot. I don't know if I'm doing my job or I'm just lucky, you know what I mean, because I'm on the opposite side, but I don't really get tested a lot sometimes. So 7-on-7 helped me when I was in high school, when I was playing, and even now, like when you know what I mean, if you're doing 7-on-7 in practice, my coverage, I get to work on my man coverage, I get to work on my off coverage, I get to work on baiting certain defenses and things like that. So they throw the ball. You can run the ball if you want. You're not going to win if you run the ball game. So they're throwing the ball, let's say 90% of the time. So that's great for DBs, receivers, and quarterbacks. If you play those positions, you should be doing that in the offseason for sure.
Right. Okay. Another question for you. So what kind of coach are you when it comes to this? So we have these hero ball coaches in 7-on-7 where it's like, okay, I'm about to go in the backyard, drop this play, this double, triple, quadruple, throwback pass stuff that's never gonna basically equivalent to Friday, Saturday, or Sunday nights, right? But a lot of coaches do it just because they're trying to get the win. Versus you have coaches that's really working on developing. So if you're a linebacker, you're gonna play linebacker. Where you have some guys that like, I'm just about to get 7 corners and play 7 corners across the field. What is your philosophy when it comes to that right there?
I'm a football guy, so first thing I'm looking at development. I don't care. Like I said, last year people were looking at us because we had real big, true middle linebackers out there. Dudes that 230, you know what I mean, 45 plus playing 7-on-7. But if I could help them, they're hitting me up now in college like, thanks, coach, so much. The drops, me getting my eyes in certain zones and things like that helped them out. So I'm the type of guy like I'm gonna put you in position. So you might play linebacker in youth football, but I'm looking at you like, bro, you're not playing linebacker. You're going to play DB in high school, so I'm going to put you at DB here now. Might be uncomfortable for you because you're going to have to learn how to backpedal. You're not just running downfield hitting people, but I'm that type of coach. I'm strictly development. Like, whatever position you play, I'm putting you out there. I'm not really necessarily worried about the wins, like win or lose. I feel like if we're doing our job, the wins are going to come. Winning a tournament, you know what I mean, you got to be perfect. You know how that goes. When you try to win a tournament, everything got to be in line. So I'm not really worried about the wins. I'm just worried about the exposure and the development about the kids. Like I said, like you said, so many coaches are worried about the wins. They're doing quads over here and all this stuff. And you're like, bro, like, I don't know, that ain't real football. But like I said, we trying to win. We're just doing real football formations, putting guys in positions that they're going to play at the next level. So I'm really big on that.
Right. So out here in Tucson, you know, I hear we have, may be wrong, but 3 7-on-7 organizations. We have Gaddis Gain, we have Tucson Turf, and we have Flight 520. Is it really difficult when it comes to getting kids with them having like those 3 major brands when it comes to 7-on-7? And what would you say separate you from those other 2 7-on-7 organizations?
I'm not gonna say it's hard to get kids. Like I said, we have 6 teams.
Right.
So we're not, I'm not going to say looking for kids, but we're not, like, in a need for kids. We always gonna have kids. I felt like I do a good job with branding, putting our business out there, just kind of showing what we do. So I feel like we do a good job with the social media and things like that. So we're always gonna have kids. What sets us apart and what sets me apart is I played the game. I can still play. I got contracts in my email right now if I want to play. I don't think I'm gonna play anymore, but I'll get out there. I line up with the kids. You can ask me whatever you want. I feel like I kind of, my knowledge of the game is kind of high, so I'm not just one of those guys gonna get out there. I don't have no kids out there, so it's not daddy ball. You know what I mean, we aren't getting paid for this. So I'm really out here trying to get these kids to the next level. We go on visits. I'm really picking these kids up, taking them to school, things like that. So I think that's what separates me a lot. It's more of a mentorship and like a type of thing than more just a 7-on-7 football type thing. Like these kids come over for family barbecues. They're cool with my wife. My kids know them. So it's just everybody. And I'm not talking about just some of the kids, everybody. So
it's basically you're saying it's bigger than 7-on-7 football.
Definitely. It's bigger than football, period. You know what I mean? I want these kids to get to the next level. My biggest thing is coming through my program is if you come through the program, you stick it through, and the younger you come in, the better. I mean, if you stick it through, you're going to go to college. I feel like especially just the connections I build with just knowing coaches and things like that, getting these kids to go to these tournaments that you guys put on and going to these other tournaments, national, to get these kids exposure. I feel like if you're through the program, you're doing the training, you're keeping your grades up. We do grade checks too. I don't know a lot of people that do grade checks. We do grade checks. You don't have your grades right. I don't care if you're the best kid on the team, you're not playing. And we prove that. You know, we had to prove the point sometimes. And kids leave, parents leave. When are you doing grade checks? And it's like, well, why are you out here at the same time? If you're out here just to play, we don't want you. If you're out here just to have fun, we don't want you. If you're trying to get to the next level, you're trying to get coached up, and you're trying to compete, we want you. So it's like.
So and that leads me to the next question. So if it's a kid out there and they're looking for a 7-on-7 program in Tucson, what are some of the characteristics, what are some of the things that they need to have to be able to put that Gaddis Gang Elite uniform on?
First of all, you need to be a dog, like straight up. Like you can't be scared to compete against nobody because you say when you go to these tournaments, you don't know who you're going to play. Right. We might sign up and play a team full of 5 stars. You going to tuck your tail or you going to stand up and be like, you know what, I don't give a damn. I'm from Tucson. I'm going to show my, you know what I mean, I'm going to do my thing. So we're from Tucson. We're not from Phoenix, so we get kind of on a little bit out here. So excuse my language, but you know what I mean? So so I like to have a chip on the shoulder, first of all. Like I said, compete. And then the biggest thing is just wanting to do something with football, not just being out here just trying to play. I want you to kind of want to have a plan. And that's my biggest thing. I'm going to help you, you know what I mean, get to that goal. So you got to be able to compete. You know what I mean? You got to be a dog. You got to have good grades. And you know what I mean? You got to want to play football. Like that's the biggest thing with me. I want real football players. I don't want these TikTok guys out here that's just trying to take pictures and just post that I'm on the team. Nah, I need guys that want to play ball. So
and I can kind of see that a little bit. So I follow you on all your social media platforms, and I'm gonna call you out on a couple things. So I seen a couple times where you may make a post about we not for everybody and loyalty and different things like that. So a lot of time I'll be reading through the lines. I'm like, man, loyalty, man, did somebody just leave him and go to another squad? Like what's going on? So when you're speaking about that, I feel a lot of energy, you know, from your messages on there. Tell me a little bit about, you know, where you coming from when I see that kind of stuff.
And like I said, when I speak, I just speak in general, you know what I mean? So, and sometimes it makes people feel some type of way. And like I said, if you're uncomfortable, I'm sorry, but I'm the type of guy that likes to provoke controversy and change. So, you know what I mean? I just feel like I'm a big family guy. I feel like I put a lot of time and a lot of effort in this. You know, it's a lot of time. I feel like I train a lot of these kids for free. I put a lot of time and effort. Me and my wife, we're traveling, we're buying snacks. Like, we're trying to do the best that we can with this program. We're spending a lot of our own money. So I just feel like I'm real big on the loyalty thing, like, and the family aspect thing. And it's like, I'm real big on the everybody needs a village type thing, but I'm real big on, like, if you got a trainer or whatever, you like the trainer, you stick with the trainer. Like, you don't need to be going to this, that. And it's not about people claiming the trainer. I don't like to claim kids. I like the kids that kind of claim where they go and feel like I like that type of love. I don't like to be the guy that gets a kid one time and, oh, that's my guy, I've been training him. Like, bro, you worked out with him one time. So I feel like a lot of kids like to come, like I said, play to play, right? You want to come on my team, oh, we're not playing in this tournament, but this team's playing in this tournament. You want to go over here and missing practice, missing training sessions, but your boys is over here, you know what I mean, grinding out and waiting for the next tournament, but you, oh, this team hit me up, this team hit me up. And if that's what you're going to do, this ain't the place, you know what I mean? So I'm big on that. Like I said, I kind of want to, it's bigger than football. I kind of want to build like a family environment and like I said, a football kind of academy type thing where it's like these kids are coming up through here from 10U or 9U, whatever, all the way up to high school, playing through this program and kind of like repping the program how I rep the program. So like I said, we're not for everybody. Guys want to just play to play. They want to have bad grades to play. You mean they want to be uncoachable and things like that. Like, I'm not playing that. Like, I mean, it's my program. I like being able to say it's my program. I can do what I want to do. I can make the rules. So I'm real big on family. I'm real big on just being loyal. And I'm not saying like, like if you have an opportunity, some team hits you up, there's gonna be all these scouts here, bro. Go do your thing. I'm not saying that. But like I said, you don't play on 2 high school teams, right? You don't play on 2 Pop Warner teams, right? So why should you play on 5, 6, 7, 7-on-7 teams? You know what I mean?
Right.
People say, oh, it's exposure, da-da-da-da. But it's like, we at these same tournaments that these teams is. What you talking about exposure? You get your own exposure, I feel like. If you're a baller, you're going to bring exposure yourself. If your team is good, you're going to get exposure. So
I think a lot of that comes down to certain people promising certain kids certain things, a lot of the glitz and glamour. Yep. Maybe because this team they think has better uniforms, or because this team may have 2 5-star athletes on there. And you think just because you're on that team that you're going to get some of the love that they do. I think that's what a lot of that comes down to.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just with your organization. I see it all the time. I see a lot of time where one week I see a kid with this uniform, the next week he's with this uniform. I've even seen kids at tournaments that start with one uniform and end up with a different one.
Exactly. And that's one big thing. I'm not with that. Like I said, I don't care about the winning. I'm not really big on the winning. Like the winning's gonna come. That's cool. But I feel like you got to learn how to lose too. And I feel like my biggest thing is like I take kids strictly from Tucson. We don't got kids from nowhere else. Like we're not recruiting. We're taking kids right from here and we're trying to develop them. So that's my biggest thing. And you can't do that when, you know what I mean, you don't know who's you're gonna get. So like I said, we like to move up with the kids each year. We do have tryouts every year, but like I said, we like this. And it's like I'm not trying to force nobody to do anything. Like we want people to want to be here. That's the biggest thing. Like people want to be here. If you don't want to be here and you feel like I'm forcing you or making you pick and choose, then those are the people I'm talking to. Right. So like I said, I just be talking to talk sometimes. You know what I mean? So
I know you guys had a short time that you guys been around. So I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit. So you said it's gonna be your 3rd year, right?
Yes, sir.
So with this being your 3rd year, so you had 2 years under your belt. I know some people may be upset, but it's okay. Name me 1 or 2 players that have come in through the program and have shown what it's really like to be a part of GGE. Like, what are a couple kids that really show an impact and that you can pinpoint out that say, man, like I'm proud that he wears GGE.
And it's a funny thing you said that, a couple kids. So I got these GG certified shirts that I got.
Okay.
And they're not for sale either. So, you know what I mean? Everybody want to get, can I get a GG certified shirt? And it's like, nah, these for only certain kids. You know what I mean? You have to earn this type of shirt. I give these shirts out to the certain kids. So like I said, I'll start with the younger kids. I'm going to name a few. You saw me working out with Ruben Bravo. We got Ruben Bravo. We got Ollie Simmers in the class of 2026. We got a few kids. We got Mark Woods, class of 2027. Like I said, my high school guys, we got Cam Hackworth, the guy with the braids. He's real young. I've been training him since he was about 11 years old. He's not a quarterback, but you know what I mean? He's winning tournaments. He's doing his thing. He's, I think, top 5 in the state right now for passing yards. So he's doing his thing. We got DJ Jamin. Like I said, he's one of the kids that moved out to Phoenix. He had to move. He's at Basher right now. We got a lot of kids, to be honest, on top of my head. I can't name them all, you know what I mean? But like we got a lot of dogs out here that's been through the program that's really about it and that bleed GGE. So
right. So with some of the tournaments, you guys travel too, right?
Yes, sir.
So with you traveling and you going to Phoenix and things like that, what are a couple of the teams that you said you guys have played in the past that you're looking forward to? I don't know if you want to consider it a rivalry, but what are a couple organizations that, every time you step on the field, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a game.
Well, first of all, for sure, all the teams in Tucson, you know how that goes.
Right.
Everybody kind of have bragging rights on that, and I feel like we got a pretty good record with a lot of teams in Tucson. You know what I mean? I don't want to name drop anybody, but, you know what I mean? Y'all know who y'all are. Right. But, you know what I mean? We do our thing out there. I like to pride ourselves. We went to Dallas. We beat Immortals. We played DEFCON, lost by 1. We played Texas Flex, beat them. We played a bunch of these top teams that are top teams, you know what I mean? We went out there with straight Tucson guys and was out there turning heads. So asking questions, damn, man, what you guys do? Y'all training all the time? Like, damn, your routes, this or that. So that's a big thing I like for my kids to do. A lot of kids in Tucson don't get a lot of exposure. So I like to expose them, you know what I mean? Sometimes it humbles them. Sometimes they kind of get more confident. So I think that's a big thing I like with the 7-on-7 circuit. You get to kind of play competition and teams from all over. And you get to kind of see what you're made about. You know what I mean? If you're going to fold or you're going to stand up to the challenge. And, you know what I mean? Sometimes kids fold and sometimes kids kind of step up and do their thing. But that's one of the biggest things I like, the competition thing and just going out there and playing those top teams that you get to see all over the internet, and they real quiet when you beat them. So, yeah.
Right. No, definitely. So a couple more questions, man. I don't want to hold you up too much longer, man. Every year we see all of these programs that come, and then in the next 2-3 years they're no longer here. If they had anybody out there that's looking to start a 7-on-7 organization or anything like that, what would you say a couple keys to success for GGE these first couple years?
I'm gonna say big is just time management. You know what I mean? Trying to just basically figure out, especially with us, we're having 6 teams. You know what I mean? Not that many coaches. I coach 3 teams myself, so I got to be over here. So we got to have 2 different practices. Our coaches are at the field sometimes, you know what I mean, 5 hours in a day trying to have a practice. So basically time management, getting a good coaching staff you could trust, guys that aren't out here just trying to do their own thing. Like you said, there's coaches out here that are just trying to win games. Then there's coaches out here teaching real football, and that's one thing I came across. We had some coaches that are just out here teaching, you know what I mean, this, and that, and it's like, well, what are we teaching? So my biggest thing is get coaching staff. I'm big on coaching. I'm big on developing and teaching the kids what they're doing, not just throwing star guys out there. So doing that, and then just basically finding a team. Like I said, you don't want to have a tournament one day where you only got 5 guys because another team hit them up. So just basically getting your kids to buy in. That's the biggest thing, the buy-in factor from your kids, from the parents. And then once you get that, you know what I mean, you start to grow. But basically just finding, you know what I mean, a tight little squad that wants to basically grow up together and kind of get better together. So.
Okay, man, I really appreciate, man, you guys having us down, man.
Yeah.
I want to say one more quick thing, man. I don't know if it's been out there yet, man, but I want to see what you think about it. I've been talking to, I know, you know, here locally in Arizona, Red Zone is the biggest tournament out here, and I've been talking with Jason a lot, and he's been thinking about more towards the end of the season, putting on a 7 tournament for coaches.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
And for bragging rights.
Ooh.
Right? So if he was to do something like that, you know, would you be able to put together a squad in Tucson and think you really can compete?
A GGE team, a coaching staff?
Yes.
First off, let me say this. We got the best coaching staff in 7-on-7, skill-wise, playing-wise.
Wait, cut.
No, don't
wait,
cut that.
No, wait, hold.
Don't cut that.
Not involving Team 24.
Involving everybody. You bring your coaches out there, line them up.
What?
We'll play them.
Wait.
Coaches, not scheming. I'm talking about put your cleats on.
Hey, we're still on the air.
It's all right.
You really want to say that?
We like that.
You really want to say that?
We like that.
Okay. Well,
GGE, if you get a 7-on-7, we'll be out there. I'll sign up first, my team. And who's gonna guard me? And who gonna guard me first of all? And then whoever I'm guarding, no disrespect to you, but you already know what time it is with me.
Well,
you know what I mean? I didn't mean to, you know.
Well,
I didn't mean to.
Shit, yes, you have it.
I just wanted to let that be known. Like I said, that's what sets us apart. I'll really get out there and do that. Tennis shoes, cleats, it don't matter. It don't matter. So these coaches that be talking and screaming from the other side of the field, you know what I mean? We can line it up. And I'm not talking about with these. I'm talking about with the feet and the hands and catching and get a quarterback. We can line it up.
Well,
we can line it up.
I guess hey, well, I'm speechless. Well, I guess that's it, man.
Hey, no disrespect though.
Hey, I guess that's
no disrespect.
Hey. Well, but then I know you said you play ball with OTB, huh? With Jay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you and Jay line up.
That's my guy, but I'm still in my prime right now. I'm still feeling good.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like I said, hey, that's how I want my kids to feel too. But I feel like, you know what I mean? Like I'm out there. I'm really I don't know, man.
Like you really about that. That's basically what you're saying. You really
I feel like I'm still a player. Like the coaching, you know what I mean? I'm a coach, but I'm still a player first. Like I said, I can still play. I got contracts. Got to talk to my wife though first, but I don't think she'll let me play. But I keep a pair of cleats in the trunk for that reason. Actually, in my backpack at the tournaments, because the kids be trying to, hey, coach, let me. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, there you have it on 247 Podcast. My man Cam, when you see him walking on the field, it ain't just a playbook in his backpack.
No.
Hey, it's cleats.
Cleats.
So anytime you guys want to lace them up, hey, just tap them on the shoulder and tell them pull it out.
Hey, I might not even need the cleats. Might not need them.
Oh, damn.
Hey, I'm like, hey.
Hey, I guess my guy said don't let the glasses fool you.
Hey, do not. Hey. Fool them every time.
Hey, all right, man. Well, man, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Hey, we're going to definitely be following you guys throughout the
Appreciate
season,
you guys.
man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. You guys going to be doing any traveling?
Definitely. We got we saw you guys put out the Utah tournament, so we're going to try to go to Utah. We plan on hitting Vegas this year. We plan on hitting Miami, Dallas, and California. So.
Oh, definitely, man. So we're going to be traveling around with 247 Sports a lot of the time. So definitely, whenever we be able to link up again, we definitely want to talk to you guys again. And hopefully next time you can bring a couple of your athletes on.
Yes, sir.
And really see more behind the scenes of what the players feel as far as this Gaddis game.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.